An important lesson I learned later in life is that there is a big difference between being an investor and being an entrepreneur. And it's really important to understand the different skills for each and know which one you're doing and don't mix them up. And I find that a lot of traders are trying to be entrepreneurial with investing. So let me explain. First of all, being an entrepreneur, starting a business, is all about activity, executing every day. And you can read books about being an entrepreneur, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to a specific business you're starting, you need to learn by doing. You need to have a plan, you act on that plan, you measure results. Based on the results, you alter your plan, you pivot. There's activity every day, there's execution all the time. That's what it's really about, and you learn by doing. With investing, it's almost the opposite. You aren't learning by doing. Learning by doing with investing, very expensive. With Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger talk about two of the best investors in the world. You know what they do all day? Read. I saw an interview with the two people who are being groomed to take over for Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. They said, what is it like working for Warren Buffett? They said, well, we come into work, we read for 9 days. We come into work, we read for 9 hours, and we go home. That's what they do. And because the idea is you read, you get to know everything until you really know what's going on, you spot an opportunity, and then you bet big on it, and you just bet and you let it sit there. You don't do, you're not acting, you're not trading, you found if you did your work, you have the right thing. And a good bet, you pick a winner and you hold it for 5 years. Warren Buffett is a billionaire because he picked a winners that he's held for 30 years. That's how you make your money. So in the crypto space, what I think the trading phenomena comes from an entrepreneurial type trying to apply being an entrepreneur and starting a business to investing. And so instead of, figuring out what is the best, putting money in and letting it sit there, which is proven the best way to make money in this market and in general, it's like, well, it went up, now I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to buy something else, and you just want to keep busy and do stuff. And I think traders who are doing this are even looking at I'm earning profits, I'm earning income. When I buy, so I'm looking at it as I'm an investor. I put money into Ethereum. When Ethereum goes from 300 to 1,000, I'm like, okay, I made $600. My investment went up, but I don't do anything. The traders are thinking, well, when I sold it, that's how much I made. But when you sell, first of all, you're creating work for yourself. And if you did your homework and you picked the best, why are you selling it? Or are you saying you were wrong and that's why you're selling it? But now you have cash, which is not an investment. So now what are you going to do? Find something else? But you were just wrong in the last one. Or if you're not wrong, then just put it right back into Ethereum, right? Trading, I'm not saying you can't make money as a trader. That's just not, it's not investing. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, then start a business. So in crypto, mining is a business. That's an entrepreneur could be a miner. I like the business of running proof of stake nodes, run a node on the Lightning Network, run a node when Ethereum has proof of stake. OMG is going to have proof of stake. Or find a business that requires activity and work, upgrading the software and doing whatever and measuring results and create a new server, buy new equipment, or put it in a cloud. I don't know. That's entrepreneurial work. If you're an investor, you're spending all your time studying. You're knowing what's the best and you're letting it sit there. If you're confused and you're trying to be entrepreneurial and you're shuffling cryptos around, all you're doing is creating trading expenses, creating work for yourself, creating a tax bill, and moving in and out of things. It's not the way to go. And I think the reason, I think it's because people get confused between those two disciplines. So another quote I heard recently was something, I don't remember exactly. It was something about, it's not as important to be a good fighter as it is to know what fight you're fighting. So in other words, know if you're an entrepreneur and do something entrepreneurial, and use the entrepreneurial habits to do it. Or know if you're an investor and then invest and do what's right for an investor. But when you mix the two, you become a crazy trader who's just causing problems for yourself and creating work and probably reducing the amount of money you can make in the long run. All right? Hope this helps.